Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to Lady of the Unknown Oracle. My name is Sophie, and this is your February 2023 reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Kindly remember that this is a general reading and that time is fluid, so apply what resonates currently and suspend the rest. This reading can be applied to relationships, career, and personal growth, as well as to the sign of Scorpio wherever it presents in your birth chart. If you would like a personal reading, please see the information in the description box below or email me at ladyoftheunknown555@gmail.com. And with that, let's get started, Scorp. Alright, so for Scorpio, please, for February 2023. What have we got for Scorpio? February 2023, please. So overall, the energy is the Six of Swords. So for some, this indicates travel. You are moving someplace, moving back to someplace, but generally just moving from a time or a place that in general felt a little bit more chaotic, and now moving into a space that feels much more tranquil. Okay, the waters here are less choppy. So this is huge transitions for you, Scorpio. Might indicate travel or not, but this is a significant change of environment or change of situation. Your current energy is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is part of the process, Scorpio, and you may not want to hear that because this may not be the easiest part of things for you, right? Six of Swords, again, indicating that you're coming from a space of the Five of Swords. Possible manipulation, humiliation, embarrassment. In general, just feeling overall like maybe you were not meant for something, or that someone better could fill the space. But with the Wheel of Fortune being where you are currently, you are understanding that this is part of the process. And if you don't understand this really yet, Scorpio, you will soon, because this is going to show you that where you are, this is legitimately just a beginning, a middle, and an end. The Wheel of Fortune, it continues to go. So wherever you are right now, it will get better. And if you are in a space where things get better, save what you're making, prepare for a rainy day, because when that comes, it'll also be temporary and you're going to just move through it again. This is part of the life cycle. This is part of growth. Whatever this is that you're in right now, this is just part of it. It has no bearing on who you are as a person, what you bring to the table. This is the same story for everyone. Beginning, middle, and end. This is the process. You're not alone, okay? What's blocking you is the Hermit. So for some Scorp, this is you connecting with a Virgo. This might be you with Virgo in your chart, but this is perhaps something is blocking your ability to access the experience or the wisdom you have known to be true. In that sense, you could be distracted, you might be doubtful of your knowledge, but there is something that is getting in the way of you executing a plan, or you having that inner knowing, that contentment, that happiness that comes from knowing that there are certain things to be expected from this. You might be experiencing some unnecessary, and I say unnecessary very loosely, amount of frustration or anxiety or disruption to your peace at the moment, because while you have the perspective, you're not tapping into it. If this is someone in your environment who does have the knowledge, it's that they are not sharing this knowledge with you. And that is a block for you. The best case scenario here is the Eight of Swords. The best case scenario is realizing that you are doing it to yourself. This mentality or the mindset that you currently have, there is nothing real about what is happening in terms of a difficult situation not improving, or a situation that just keeps going and going and you think there's no end. You're taking action, Scorp, it seems. You're taking action based on an understanding that is rooted in you believing that you are limited. You're telling yourself that it can only work A, B, or C. D doesn't exist, E doesn't exist, F, G, etc. does not exist. So in a sense, you're limiting your understanding of the situation. But you can actually maneuver around this situation a lot more fluidly if you gave it a little bit more thought, or if you took more time to be alone, because you might be surrounded by people, surrounded by thoughts, like there's something it's feeding your mind, it's filling your mind with thoughts that are not true. So some solitude right now, Scorpio, would actually help quite a lot, because it would allow you to reflect on what you have just gone through and give you a sense of empowerment over what's happening now, because you are not as helpless as you might feel you are. You're actually in quite control, because whatever this is that you're going through, this cycle is very significant. This is supposed to be where you can really cash in on something. An experience that actually has a tremendously positive outcome. But you have to work with it. It could be a hard chapter, but you have to work with it. You have to pour yourself into it a little bit. And there's something that is straining you, something that is restraining you. And to be alone while a block, right, while that might not be very possible right now, is something that I would highly advise you consider, because where you are is all in your mind. There isn't an actual limitation. The reason this is all happening is the Five of Wands. What were we just saying about conflicting energies? You might be in a space where people are competing for your attention, or you are competing for someone else's attention. But there's chaos here. It's so small too. Like the Five of Wands is very small, petty arguments, petty energies. They're so small. They're almost insignificant. But in this case, you're giving them a lot of weight. And it is making a difference, right? It's not where you are right now, Scorpio, it feels much bigger than how should I say it? Where you are, it is incredibly impressive. These people or energies, whatever they are, that are competing for your attention, competing for space in your mind, it would take a lot for you to mess this up, to just come out of this cycle, to come spilling out of this cycle. This cycle is yours. You are supposed to be here right now. This chapter, this process. You are in the process of becoming something else, of leveling up, of creating something new within yourself and outside of yourself. Whatever these energies are that are competing for your attention and making your environment feel chaotic, to really get out of it, I have a feeling it's going to come up, but finding solitude in some way, if for just a few moments, something that you can do that is yours, that is going to make a much bigger difference than you can even see right now. In the recent past, Nine of Cups, significant achievements. You were very content recently. Moving into this cycle, right? Transitions, moving into this new chapter, something about it is just really distracting you, putting you within yourself. And it's taking you sort of away from the wisdom that you've acquired in the recent past. Coming in, you've got the Nine of Wands. So this is a lot of work, Scorpio. This is a lot of work. It might be exhausting, whatever this is that you're doing, but it is a labor of love and it is worth doing. You're going to find yourself very satisfied doing what you do. I know we haven't clarified yet, but absolutely this feels to me like you are very satisfied doing what you do. And if you don't feel it right now, you will. It's something that's going to be very, very, very taxing. You're going to be exhausted by it. So there's a lot to do. But you're going to feel content in doing it. Something that you can't see yourself fighting for anything harder. This could also be for some of you, your defenses are up, right? In terms of these chaotic energies, people, places, situations. You just feel like your guard is up. You're tired. Tired of fighting it off, fending it off, protecting your space. It's exhausting. But again, something that you can't see yourself not doing. If you don't do it, who's going to do it? Right? Your feeling right now is strength. You could be connecting with a Leo, but that's exactly what this Nine of Wands is. It's who else is going to do it if not me? You are very much channeling this energy. How you are feeling, Scorpio, is strength. You are feeling like despite the transitions, despite the chaos, despite how hard, you already know, right? Again, with the Hermit, this is either something that you already know but you are just forgetting, or something you don't know yet but that you're going to take to very, very easily. You know how hard this can be, how hard this is already, how hard this will be. And you are prepared for the challenge. In true Scorpio fashion, you are prepared for the challenge and nothing can stop you. This is about knowing when to push and when to pull back. And you are going to know exactly when to do either, Scorpio. What the universe is sending to you is the Tower. This is your energy. I believe Aries also received the Tower in the same exact position. So you may have an Aries placement. You may share in this situation something with an Aries. But the Tower being in your environment, or what the divine will be bringing you, is an indication of clarity, something unavoidable, something that is going to shake up your foundation. You're not going to lose anything, Scorpio, but I do feel like this could be a close call, in a sense that you are going to realize that, again, if you don't do it, no one's going to do it. Okay? You know this. But this is about a call to action. Something is going to, sort of like the fire under your butt, is going to project you forward. And in everything that you know how, you are going to continue forward in whatever this is that you're doing. This project, this person, this endeavor. But this just feels like a very quiet transition into a new phase, Scorpio. I'm not going to lie. This feels like you are trying to make big changes, and the small, like the ankle biters of the world, are just coming after you. That's what it feels like. The ankle biters of the world are coming after you, and you're just trying to kick them off, and you're trying to be mature about it, and you're trying to keep your wits about you, and it's just, it feels like a lot because it's annoying. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's just annoying. But you know how to maneuver this. This is a challenge that you have overcome once before and that you will overcome again. Your fear here with the Sun, this is exactly the same placement. Who received the Sun also? I believe this was Aries also. Okay? This is about fear of success. If I'm not mistaken, Aries and Scorpio both share Mars, ruled by Mars. Okay? So with the Sun, you are afraid of success. You are afraid of this growth. Growth can be very painful. Success may not be familiar to you in this context, Scorpio. In the recent past, you had success, but it was success like the Nine of Cups. It wasn't success like the Sun. The Sun is intimidating sometimes. Right? This could be also your involvement with a Leo, that perhaps they're too good to be true. Maybe not good enough. But what I'm getting here is that it's just a feeling of too good to be true. Just too much goodness. Am I worth it? Imposter syndrome. But you are here because you are suited to do the job. The only person that stands in your way is yourself. Now the outcome here is the Page of Wands. So you will be inspired. Could be connecting with a Leo, an Aries, or Sag. But this is an energy here of don't burn yourself out, right? This is definitely an energy of someone who is excited, reinvigorated, someone who is going down the path, excited to do so, someone who just does not take no for an answer, someone who is constantly at it. I will say, Scorpio, the only thing about the Page of Wands is that you have to be careful not to burn out. And if it's someone that you're connecting with, it's someone that you have to make sure is not just saying things or doing things just to say or do. Page of Wands can be so excited, but to the point where they're not playing by the rules anymore. Okay, they don't even have structure really. They're just taking shots in the dark. Right? So, but to me, this feels very positive for you, Scorp, in that you are either going to know someone, come to know someone, or you yourself are going to develop into this much more reinvigorated, remotivated, inspired person. And you're going to get that energy required to push through the stagnance, because while you are transitioning through and you are moving, this feels to me like you are also very stuck. Once you are able to move and kind of align things, because with the Nine of Wands, I'm getting that this is something like the Two of Pentacles comes to mind. You're just going to have a lot of balls in the air. You're trying to do a lot right now. That's where the exhaustion's coming from. You're trying to do a lot. And it's not that you can't, it's that you have to remember that you're human. This is part of the process. It's not impossible to do, but you have to take it slow, and you're trying to move through things very quickly at a time where your energy is very depleted. And the small things seem bigger than they are. And that's the process. That's what you've learned before. That's what you know moving through. And that's why you feel the strength. You feel strong. You feel like you were able to push. You've done it before and you'll do it again. Jumper card, right? The Five of Pentacles. It's the energy. You're lacking the energy. For some of you, you are also lacking the financial resource, but you are going to, again, because you're so cognizant of how important that is, you are also working towards it. Now, for those of you who are looking for work, you won't be out of work for very long, right? Because the Page of Wands can indicate a job offer. So if you have been unemployed for a time, and that is part of what has really had you in yourself asking is, am I worth it? Can I do it? Will I be accepted? Yes, 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 you can do it. Are you worth it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. Will you be accepted? Yes. You absolutely can, you absolutely are, and you absolutely will. Overall energy, Ten of Swords. All of the suffering and all of the anxiety and all of the BS that you have had running through your mind is going to come to an end very, very soon. You are finally going to kind of get everything lined up. You're going to get everything lined up. Everything is going to be scheduled. Everything is going to be situated. Everything, your job offer is going to be in line. The person you're talking with is going to show interest. The friendships that you questioned are going to either be eliminated and you're going to make a new friend out of it. Whatever this is, right, apply it as it resonates. But whatever this is for you, this transition, Scorpio, is going to occur seamlessly. Without a doubt, I think because of what you have experienced previously, this is just the dip. This is just the dip in the Wheel of Fortune. In the recent past, you were completely contented. Everything was going great. And now you're in a space where things are changing up and you're asking myself, oh my God, did I do something wrong? No. Scorpio, this is literally outside of your control. That is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune says every man that's on top ends up at the bottom, and every man at the bottom ends up back on top, right? Every person who has ever fallen on top of or on the bottom of the wheel, do so in a very methodical order. This is divine energy. This is energy that you have nothing to do with, Scorpio. This is the way things outside of yourself, the uncontrollables, work. It is not always predictable, right? And oftentimes it has very little to do with what you have actually earned. This is all luck of the draw. Right? And in your case, this feels to me just part of the process at large. This is not an indication of who you are as a person or what you've done. This is a matter of you just sticking to your guns, continuing forward in everything you've learned, and moving forward accordingly. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we've got the Seven of Swords. So someone here may be avoiding recognizing this. Scorp, I feel like you, in a sense, are trying to maybe avoid the fact that this is part of the process. Maybe trying to ignore it, or maybe shortchange yourself and take shortcuts because you want to get through something faster. The only way out is through. The only way out is through, Scorpio. And if you want to do this right, and you want to get through this process, this transition in a way that is the smoothest way possible, you have to go through the proper channels, and you have to get through it as honestly and as strongly as possible. If someone is avoiding a conversation or avoiding a process or avoiding a path, this could be you or someone you're connecting with. It needs to be addressed and it needs to be done right. with the Hermit in the block is strength. You could be connecting with a Leo who hasn't been speaking because they're avoiding this discussion. Again, could have something to do with moving. You could be connecting with a Virgo who has been holding back massively. But again, this could just also be you, that you, in an attempt to be strong, are actually withholding from the process altogether. And to heal, that is okay because you're in transition. But as you are required to continue moving, you have to also keep moving. And I think that that is exactly what you're going to be doing in the near future with the Nine of Wands, because you understand how much of this is required, how much of you is required for this process. And I'm getting the feeling here, Scorpio, that you've worked very hard to get to where you are and you're not going to let it go. With the Eight of Swords, right? We've got the Knight of Cups. So this could be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces that you could be connecting with. Someone who surrounding this person is a lot of doubt. This could be you having doubts about yourself and the direction that you're moving into. Okay, but this is the best case scenario, is that you realize the only limitation in the situation is in your mind or in the mind of this person. There are no actual limitations to what you are doing. There are no barriers to your success outside of you just not moving at all. Any progress is good progress. Any communication is good communication. Something needs to be done. It just can't be stagnated. That is literally the only thing required, Scorpio, is to just keep on moving. This is part of the process. With the Five of Wands being in the why it's happening, right, is the Knight of Pentacles. Could be connecting with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is an indication here, again, that you have different plans, different long-term plans competing for your attention, or other people who are trying to compete for integration into your long-term plans. Someone who is fighting to be in your life, or multiple people trying to be in your life, possibly just long-term employment. Just keep going, Scorpio. Whatever this is, keep moving. No matter, even if you have to reduce your sprint to just like a barely there jog, just get through it. With the Nine of Cups in the recent past, you've got the King of Pentacles. So this, again, is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. In the recent past, you hit a peak, a pinnacle. Someone you met who you were very happy with, or someone who you became who you were very happy with. Now it's like you've been challenged, or the situation has been challenged by traveling, school, work, lack of work, other people. I feel like this is just a mixed bag, Scorpio, of a lot of things, right? And in the past, recently, it's been fairly easy, but now there's a rough patch, and it just feels so much harder for like no reason. Just keep moving. That's what I'm getting for you. Just keep moving. Nine of Wands is coming in. 10 of Wands. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to pull 2 more cards. The 10 of Wands indicates that this is not sustainable. You're going to get to a point in the near future where you are going to reach your peak. Page of Wands again, and the Wheel of Fortune. It's all coming together. In the near future, you are going to go ahead and set sail anew. You're going to go back to whatever this Wheel of Fortune is, whatever this progression, this chapter, this process that you may have been avoiding, or may have just been taking your time on. This is something that you're just, you're going to say, no, absolutely not. No one else can do this but me. I have to do it. If I don't get it done, no one else, everyone else is just sitting down, or no one else is showing up with me. No one else is talking through this. You're going to realize in the near future that this cannot stay. This cannot hold. It will not hold. If you are trying to complete something and get through something, you need to find a way to make it work. And you're going to be solution oriented, and you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done, Scorpio. You know you're going to get it done. The conversation will be had, the occupation will be received, the title will be promoted, whatever, the money will be earned, whatever it is. This rough patch will not last for very long. Just keep moving. Strength being your current energy with the eight of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, right? So this is about getting through something that you know is really not your bag. This is not where you plan on ending. 8 of Cups, you're still moving. You're like, I still got 2 more cups to get. Still got 2 more cups to get, which is emotional balance. 2 of Cups is either another person, right? A spiritual connection to someone, a deep connection with someone, but it's also indicative of just emotional balance, making a decision that bodes well with your heart. You're still on the move. You're still looking for it. You're still on the search. You're still trying to find where everything deserves to sit in your life, in your environment, in your company. With the Tower being what is in your environment currently or what will be soon is the Empress, Libran energy. Scorpio. Again, a realization here that you are the whole kit and caboodle. You are the entire package. You realizing that this is legitimately just a small hiccup on the timeline. Small hiccup on the timeline. There's going to be a massive expansion. I don't even know how to describe it. It's something that when it comes into your life, you're just going to be so flabbergasted by how quickly this occurs. You're just going to ask yourself if this is even real life. It is. You are capable and you are worthy, Scorpio. You are worthy. Say it with me, please. I am worthy. I am worthy. Scorpio, feel it in your heart. I am worthy. Whatever has been in your way will no longer be in your way. You just keep moving, because with every inch you continue forward, something is going to happen. Something within you will reignite, and as if starting this process all over again, you're going to scrap everything, sit in front of whatever this person, this project, this career path, this job application, whatever it is for you, you're going to sit in front of it, and with a brand new mind and with clarity in your heart, you're going to say, this is where I need to be, this is what I need to do, and I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I am not afraid of being successful. I am not afraid of growth. Let's do this. King of Cups, this is you, Scorpio. Could be connecting with a Cancer, a Pisces, or another Scorpio, but this is absolutely you, afraid of the best parts of your growth. Standing completely in your power because you know it is a tall order, and maybe previously you did not know you could be this person. You absolutely can, and you are. Like everything, it requires time, energy, commitment, and eventually growth. Just because you are not that person right now does not mean you can't be or that you never will be. Keep moving. The Page of Wands in the outcome. The Three of... Let me tell you something, Scorpio. Whatever this is that you're doing, job, school, right? This is a partnership. With the Page of Wands, you are getting kind of into the groove. You're being included in the team. This is a learner's mindset. This is you being a new addition to something. This is crazy. Like, this is not going to take long, Scorpio. Like, legitimately, this is not going to take long at all. Sweetie, listen. You're a lot closer to this than you even think. Like, I'm serious. You're a lot so like I'm going to try to conceptualize it, right? So imagine this is the timeline, right? Imagine that this was the day that you were born. Imagine this is the day that you transition to spirit, right? And imagine that you're wherever you are along the continuum of time as we understand it. Imagine that you're like right here. Right? Imagine that you're like right here. And in your mind, this goal, this step could take you like right over here. Like it's going to take this amount of time, right? You're imagining there being a certain length of time that isn't right now, not really close, but also not terribly far away, but it's just not where you want it to be. Like you are literally, if this is where you are, where this next step can be, your next step, instead of being over here, it's like right here. It's like you're here and it's like right here. It's like right here. Like you're practically a step away. Like you're so close that it's scary. And that's why I think this Tower with the Empress, that the universe is bringing you, you have to remember, Scorpio, that when the universe works, The universe works with you, not for you. You and the universe, you and God, you and Goddess, you and the divine, you work with source directly through your actions. Spirit works through you, through your hands, through the physical things you're able to do. You are operating alongside spirit. Spirit cannot do anything you cannot physically put yourself into or physically do. Okay? It requires planning. Of course, I'm not saying intellectually, emotionally, mentally, those things, those aspects are not relevant. But I'm saying that physically you are surrounded by this particular set of skills, people, circumstances. This is requiring you to continue your plan moving forward. The soil is rich for you to continue, Scorpio, and you are like, this is just about to break soil. Like, this is really about to break soil. So send the application. Do it. Don't wait on it. Keep going. If you think, oh, well, there's no use, listen to me. Scorpio, listen to me. You know in your heart of hearts that this is not the end. You know that this is not the end. You know that this is not how it ends. So you knowing that this is not how it ends means you need to keep going. And you don't have to keep the pace you had. You can take baby steps. You can slow it down, but just keep going. Because you're so close. I'm getting chills. Scorpio, you're so close. Don't stop. So time is fluid, right? This is a reading for February, so this could happen either in the month of February. It could take a month or two later. I've had personal readings where we've projected a month or so, and because of just the way the world works and all the moving pieces that you can't account for, right? It might delay or quicken the process, but this is, again, completely up to you based on how you're able to move through the situation and how things external to your situation also play into it. But this is inevitable. Scorpio, this is inevitable. Provided that you continue to move, this outcome is not far off. This is not far off at all. You are so close. Let me pull some guidance. Hold on, let me pull some guidance, please, for Scorpio, February 2023. Take the jump cards. Choices and believe. Oh, Scorpio, my heart. Choices. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that is inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. Scorpio, I am getting chills right now. What did we just talk about? It is within you, Scorpio. You are death. You are the destruction and rebirth of all things. Remember who you are. You are the very spirit of rebirth. You are in your element. You are moving through and transitioning through an ending or some kind of, how do you say it? Like, you are moving through the sort of descent of something, and you are about to ascend again. This rough patch, these thoughts of imposter syndrome or these thoughts of self-limitation, of do I belong here? Yes. And you know it. That's why you're here. That's why you've been guided to this place. There is no question about it. It's okay to be tired. You don't have to have all the energy in the world. Just because you don't have energy right now, or money right now, or maybe you're not surrounded by the right people right now, that does not mean that this is not supposed to play a significant role. It doesn't mean you're in the wrong place. Everyone's journey has an up and a down. Again, that's the unavoidable. That's the wheel of fortune. That's how this thing called life works. We go through the low parts so we can sort of extract the lessons from them, apply them to our lives, and then straight back up into the sky we go. You're in a rough patch right now, but slow it down. You are not unsuccessful just because you are not where you were. Believe. The force that works through your soul, determining what is possible or impossible. Scorpio, the difference between success over failure and above all, who you are, is the power of your own belief. In your heart of hearts, Scorpio, you know it. This is where you are supposed to be. And you know that for as uncomfortable or as frustrating or as empty as this may feel for you right now, the reason you feel strength is because you know this is not over. This is not how it ends. Don't doubt yourself. You are everything, and you are exactly where you need to be. And all of this is noise, is all it is. You have the understanding, the practical wisdom. You already have it. Like I mentioned before at the beginning of the reading, based on the noise, I feel like while the block is that you are either not accessing the wisdom you already have or accessing the wisdom someone else can have because they're avoiding conversation or they're just withdrawing themselves, information, things that they could use to help you. Taking just a few minutes to remind yourself, even if you cannot get the silence or the time away, take a second to speak differently to yourself. You don't have to be able to withdraw for hours at a time or minutes at a time, even if you can't. If you cannot escape the thoughts, change the thoughts. Scorpio, if you cannot escape the thoughts, change the thoughts. Death is where you are represented, and death indicates change. It indicates clearing the field to make room for new. That is you. That is your element. That is what you are equipped to do easily. Doesn't mean that it's not without struggle. Easily as in, if anyone can do it, you can do it. And you will do it, Scorpio. You will. You were meant for this. Whatever this is, you were meant for it. And you are going to collide with it. It's coming this way, you're coming this way, and as long as you keep moving, you are going to meet in the middle and you're going to collide. That's what this tower is with the Empress. Everything you thought you could be, everything that you were hoping for is going to come to fruition. Keep moving, Scorpio. It is yours. It always has been. I'm going to leave you, Scorp. I feel incredibly privileged and blessed to have done this reading for you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I hope that you truly found this clarifying and that you were able to take the next few steps forward with confidence and clarification and confirmation, knowing that this is absolutely for you. If you felt like this resonated, you can let me know in the comments below. If you would like to reach out for a personal reading, you absolutely can. My website and the information to reach me is in the description box below this video. You can also reach me directly at ladyoftheunknown555@gmail.com, where we can square you away with a personal reading. Okay, but other than that, I am praying that you have an absolutely beautiful, productive, healthy, and awe-inspiring February, as it appears you most definitely will. And I will see you next time. All right? I love you with all of my heart, Scorpio. Until then, I will see you. And I'm loving you with all of my heart. Bye, Scorpio.